London Property, home of Super Prime, where you can find informative, educational and entertaining content covering all aspects of property.
Hello and welcome to the London Property Podcast. Today we're in conversation with Andrew Cowan, who is the Commercial Director of TINCTURE, a startup which is now celebrating its third year, helping you reduce the pollution in your home. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you for having me.
So can you first of all tell us about the company and when it started?
Yeah, sure. So the company was started around 5 or 6 years ago, and I say around because like a lot of startups, I think it started as a genesis of an idea and a conversation that Angelica, who's the founder, had. Actually, when she had her first child, or when she had children, and she became really concerned when she realised that they were suffering from asthma, and she started to understand where that asthma came from, and she realised that a lot of it was because of the environment that they were growing up in, and that there is a real pollution crisis inside our homes, caused by using a lot of chemical sprays and cleaning products. And so she set about then trying to build a range of products that could solve that problem. And so that's where TINCTURE came from. Started from an idea, a lot of research and development, and then really the brand has been growing over the last, I would say, 3 years that we've really sort of found our place and started to grow.
And going back to cleaning products in the house, I mean, we all find cleaning products that smell really disgusting, but it's not just the smell, is it? It's actually damaging.
Yes, exactly. So the challenge for cleaning products is, in a way, we all use them because we want to clean our homes. We want to live in healthy, sort of clean homes. The problem is that a lot of the cleaning products that we use have harmful chemicals in them. If you sort of turn the bottle around on a lot of cleaning products that you'll find in the supermarket, you'll see the warning labels there. It'll tell you that this is harmful to the marine environment, should not be in your eyes, big warning labels. And that's because of the chemical composition of those products. They are, maybe cheaper formulations, and, that's obviously important, when we look at, people obviously do want to get value for money. But the reality is those chemicals that you spray into the air or onto your surfaces, they stay in the home and they don't move. And they are causing problems. A lot of respiratory illnesses like asthma, for example, is really exacerbated by those chemicals. We often, are in our homes and closing the windows as well, keeping the windows shut. And so, there's not a lot of air circulation. And so that means that, again, those chemicals don't ever really leave your home. So TINCTURE is a blend of natural cleaning products, so blended with lots of different natural oils, and after a lot of research as well, which means that they're 100% pollution free, and that's really has a big impact on people's health. So what we get a lot of reviews coming back to us from our customers who will say that they've seen that maybe their kids had asthma, were suffering from asthma, but then they've started using TINCTURE products throughout the home, and that it makes a real difference. I mean, we have a lot of research. It's a research-backed brand.
Yes, and living in a COVID world where everybody's so germ paranoid, for our listeners, would you say that the sort of organic approach to cleaning products is as effective in killing germs and bacteria as the highly toxic ones we buy from the supermarket?
So it's a really good question. So, are the chemicals, the chemical-based products more effective than say TINCTURE London or a natural-based product? It's a great question, and obviously a real concern for people. We have tested TINCTURE products. It kills 99.5% of all the sort of bacteria, especially the bathroom spray, for example. It is at least as effective, if not maybe even more effective, but at least as effective as any of the other products that you'll find on the market. Again, built on research. A lot of the active ingredients in our products, natural oils, They have natural antibacterial properties. Even our bottles, which are fully reusable and refillable bottles, so it's a bottle for life, they are silver infused. You know, silver is antimicrobial property, and that means that you can refill those bottles over and over and over again, and the bottle itself will also stay, you know, sanitized. So a lot of that thinking means that you know, Tincture London products are absolutely, you know, they work, which of course is really important, especially in today's world.
And they smell nice.
Well, you know, the products smell fantastic. You know, you might think that I'm, you know, of course, as a member of the brand team, you know, you would expect me to say it, but the reality is, it is the only product that genuinely makes washing up a pleasure. It just smells so fantastic. You know, these natural oils, they have such fragrance. It really is, you know, fragrancing your home when you wash up.
Well, it also it kind of soothes you, doesn't it? Nice smells actually have an impact on how you feel too.
Absolutely. So the impact of these products, you know, on the home and the sort of the serenity, if you like, that is what, for me anyway, a home should be. You know, it's a place of calm. Yeah, I mean, having these sort of oils, natural oils, these fragrances in the home is very calming and soothing. Angelica, the founder of the business, is often, you'll find her walking around. She often has some thyme or some, you know, a sprig of mint or something in her pocket, and she's often smelling it, like, because it's a way of, you know, really kind of relaxing. You know, these natural properties are indeed very relaxing. So yeah, it's a fabulous product in terms of, you know, it works. It kills germs, that's what you need. But it also, I would say, you know, it really helps to make the whole home just feel like a very nice environment without any of these sort of horrible chemical plugins and things like that, which actually are harming your health in a way, yeah, with the chemicals that they tend to give off.
And then going back to the cost, I mean, you know, is there a cost on being healthy and your children being healthy? One would argue no, but from sort of just the basic percentage terms, you know, if you're buying a tincture product versus something off the shelf, you know, what are you actually looking at spending a little bit more? What does that look like? That
so. You know, in terms of pricing, Tincture London, the range, the core range is around £4.95. So yes, a little more expensive than what you would find perhaps in the supermarket. But you know, that cost is really in the formulation and in the research. The blends of the oils themselves are very complex blends of oils. Because we often say as well that it's, you know, easy again, we can say things are 100% natural. Well, you know, salt is natural, but if you ate a lot of salt, it's toxic for you. You know, so 100% natural is not always good for you. It's all about the concentration. And so there are, you know, maybe 20 or 30 different natural oils in our products that blend together and work together and, you know, mean that those concentrations are definitely not harmful. We know that. And so all that research, yes, I mean, the formulations are expensive. But then again, you know, it's also the impact on our well-being and our health in the home, which is so important to us. As we get bigger, you know, perhaps we will look at the pricing. We would like to bring the pricing down, of course, to make it as accessible as we can. We have a subscription service, for example, that helps to bring the price down a little bit, you know, so that we can really be there for everybody. We want to be, you know, a brand that is for everyone, not an exclusive brand. You know, it's not just an exclusive brand. It really wants to be in every home. But we need to make sure as well that we bring the right formulations to enable us to do that.
And is it all produced here in the UK?
The whole range is produced in the UK. It's a UK brand and business, and we, you know, we work with really great production facilities in the UK, and we distribute from the UK. And we also distribute worldwide as well, but all from our UK hub.
And then, so for our listeners, if they want to buy tincture, is it from your online store? Is it what's the best way to go about getting it?
Yeah, so Tincture is a brand that we built primarily on our tincturelondon.com site. We have the whole range on there. We're a range of washing up liquids, bathroom sprays, but also some really nice lifestyle products, as we call lifestyle products, things like hand creams and things like that. So those are all available on the website. We're also on Amazon, and we also work really closely with about 300 independent retailers and wholesalers as well. So you will find us in some of the stores, but they will also be stores that share our ethos, which is about being sustainable, being as good as much as we can, being good custodians of the world around us. And so we choose who we work with quite carefully in terms of distributing our brands.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for talking to us. That's been interesting, and hopefully it will educate our listeners into how they can live a bit more eco in their own homes.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for listening to the London Property Podcast. Head over to londonproperty.co.uk and subscribe to our newsletter to receive latest updates.